My sweet homie Josh Fox just won, along with his producing partner Deia, the best documentary for how to let go of the world in love against climate change at this EMA Award show.
I want to say thank you so much to the Emma Awards and to Debbie Levin. This is the third film in a trilogy that starts with Gasland and Gasland 2. They also won, which is kind of unbelievable. I'm up here with my producer, Deia Scholsberg, who you may have read about a little bit in the news lately. Last week she was in jail in North Dakota. And I think it's very, very important to say that we are in a crisis in this country when it comes to climate change reporting and climate change in the media. We have no mainstream media at Standing Rock Reservation right now reporting on the crisis of the Dakota Access Pipeline. We have had no questions at all in the 3 presidential debates on climate change, even though both candidates support fracking. And what we do is report on climate change. That is something that has taken us all over the world, to 6 continents across the globe, to meet with people who have no choice in fighting climate change because their islands are about to disappear underneath the Pacific Ocean, in the South Pacific, or because there are oil spills deep in the Amazon that no one is reporting on, or because people in Zambia decided to create solar panels in their schools and in their hospitals where there was no electrification before. But I want to talk just for a moment about media, because we've seen a very, very disturbing pattern of reporters getting arrested while covering climate change action. And it starts with Amy Goodman, and then Shailene Woodley, who was live streaming and arrested for live streaming. And it was 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, Deia, who's the producer of this film, who I've watched do unbelievable things, who is a climate reporter who has been on the front lines across the world, arrested in North Dakota, reporting on a climate change action where activists came in and shut down tar sands pipelines using their emergency shutoff valve, saying this is an emergency, this is a climate change emergency, we are shutting down the flow of tar sands oil into the United States. Now, Deia was there to report on it. She was there to report on it, not to participate. She was arrested as an accessory, held for 53 hours in jail without seeing her lawyer, which is illegal, and then given charges which could result in 45 years in prison. Yeah, 45 years in prison. Edward Snowden tweeted about this last week and said, by contrast, I'm only up for 30 years. It's not a joke. And this is an incredibly disturbing pattern. And, you know, Deia was not an accessory to that action. She was the media, the environmental media. And when she is on trial here, we are all on trial as part of the environmental media.
Hear, hear.
This is a very, very serious moment. We did not expect this. I expected to be giving a speech about climate change and values. We have to talk about one of our values, which is the First Amendment. Because I watched this person wade in oil spills in the Amazon up to here. She marched the entire length of the Andes, 7,800 miles, for which she won a National Geographic Explorer of the Year award. I watched people in the Amazon swat tarantulas off of her back as we go through places where there are green pit vipers and red ants. And never did I ever think for a million years that the #1 threat to her life would be our government. But that's what's happening now. And we need your support. And when we talk about climate change, we know that we're in for some bad news. We know we're in for some bad things coming on our way. That's why we have to pull together with a sense of values. We have to have community. We have to have love. We have to have resilience. We have to have generosity. We have to have all the things that climate can't change. Innovation, creativity, courage, and yes, civil disobedience. That's one of the values that we have coming forward. We counted at our table. We've got 4 of 8 people who've been arrested in the last. So you know you've been active on climate change when you've left your house, when you've taken action, and that's what we're asking for you to do tonight. I'm asking on behalf of my best friend, my producer, Deia Scholsberg. I want her to speak for a minute, but I want to say thank you so much to Emma for this. Thank you. It means so much. And thank you so much also, of course, to HPA.
So this is pretty surreal for me right now. This is a little different from a North Dakota jail. I never intended to be the story at all. I didn't want to be out speaking about First Amendment rights. I didn't think that would be a necessity. I wanted to report on the brave actions of the people that are on the front lines of climate change. That's what Josh and I and our incredible team on How to Let Go were out there doing. We were telling the stories of people who are fighting climate change, who have already felt the consequences of it and are trying to fight back. And that's what I was doing in North Dakota when I was documenting the Shut It Down action to stop all oil sands from Canada coming into the U.S. That's what Amy Gooden was doing, and that's what Shailene was doing at the Standing Rock Reservation, blocking efforts to block the Dakota Access Pipeline. If journalists aren't allowed in to those places to tell those stories, it denies everybody their right to know what's going on and to be informed citizens. I just want to say thank you for recognizing that it's not just this film, it's the people's voices that we have the privilege of amplifying, that we all need to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be back in a little more, so don't go anywhere.
Our trophies from the upcoming